Hey, Transition Roofing. My name is Christa Whitehead, and I actually spoke with Rachel not too long ago. She's one of the people who answers the phones for you guys, and so I spoke to her, and she said that it was okay to go ahead and forward this video over to you. And so, as promised, this is the custom screencast video for Transition Roofing over in Austin. And in this video, I'm going to go over 3 key tips that can really extremely boost your online platform and help you rank and beat out your competition, right? And so those 3 key tips we're going to go over are concerning content, citations, and backlinks. Now, you may be wondering, why I'm sending this video out. The reason I do these videos, pretty simply put, is because there are a lot of businesses, a lot of companies that offer SEO, and they claim that they can do it well. And there's some of them who actually know what they're doing and they can do a pretty great job. But there's also many of them um, who really can just waste your money because they don't know the inner workings and the details of SEO and the types of tools and resources they use don't actually help in bringing value. And so, unfortunately, I see a lot of roofing companies just really throwing money away on web designers who they might can do a really beautiful design or stunning design, but unfortunately the what goes into really what helps to bring a business out front online normally is missed out on. And so I just like to do this video to kind of lay out things plainly, explain things. Sometimes when we're talking about boosting your site or outranking your competition and all of the details that go into it, it can get kind of confusing. And so I like to make this video just to lay it out plainly, explain it plainly in a way that actually brings you value and actually gives you some resources you can use on your own to really help boost your site. I'm not selling anything. This is a video just to mainly inform you guys, and like I said, to just really help you out with if you wanna bring in more clientele. Now, when we're talking about content, like I said, we're going to go over content, citations, and backlinks. When I'm talking about content, I'm talking about everything on your front page, which includes the words, and it actually includes the pictures too, and what's behind the pictures. What's behind the pictures, a lot of companies don't know. So, like, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I right click this picture here, right, and I go as save image as, so Google actually sees this title right here. Google sees this title. They pay attention to that. What I'd encourage you guys to do in order to make it count is save every picture on your website as a keyword. And keywords are just, of course, phrases that potential clients use when they are looking for professional roofing services in Austin, right? And so it may be something like Roofers Austin or Roofing Austin or Austin Roofers. That's what a keyword is. And so we want to make sure we go behind our pictures, even the logo, if you can right click on the logo and save it as a keyword so that you can optimize for that keyword and begin ranking even more for that keyword, if that makes sense. I also would like to suggest, I looked at some of the competition in the area. Ace Roof Repair, Ace Roofing Company, you may have heard of them. I looked them up because I wanted to see what you guys would need to do in order to bring in more, in order to beat them in clients, right? In order to bring in that business. And so I just, it's very hard to accurately compare if we don't know what we are comparing it to, right? And so I like to get really specific with this. Just practically, that they have about they've got 2,228 words on their front page of content, right? So my suggestion is to throw up between 2,400 and 2,500 words on your front page. That beats them out in content, especially if you can optimize keywords. So there are a few reasons that I suggest as much content as possible. Number one is that Google is definitely a popularity contest. Most business owners do not realize this, and so I like to bring it to their attention and just help them understand that, like, when you're talking about boosting your site, I look at Google less as a search engine and more as a popularity contest. So the more the merrier. You'll realize when you go on Wikipedia, I mean, not Wikipedia, I'm going to talk about Wikipedia, but if you go on Google and you search anything just about, Wikipedia will be the first site to pop up. And the reason that is because they've got loads and loads of content, right? And so Google sees that, they recognize those businesses as an authoritative site, and it causes them to rank you higher, and it shows Google that you know exactly what you're talking about, right? And so we want to, I always recommend, on a lower end between 1,500 to 2,000 words of content. But since we see clearly that Ace Roofing Company has 2,228 words, I believe. Yeah, that's why, I would recommend about 2,400 words. You want to also make sure that you have in enough keywords, right? So, like I said, those are terms that potential clients use when they are searching for the type of services that you have to offer in Austin. And so, if you've got, let's say if you've got 2,500 words of content on your front page, there's plenty of room to really optimize keywords. Throw in some powerful keywords that have high search volume, and that acts almost as a magnet to bring in that potential clientele. And so I'm going to show you the power of keywords in just a moment. Now, I want to cover something called citations really quickly, because I think it's important and I think it's very practical. So if we go in here in Google, I've typed in roofing Austin, right? Now we see the Google guaranteed. That's the first thing we see, and then we see the ads. I always tell people with ads, you want to be careful because a lot of people are putting in their web browsers nowadays something that are called ad blockers. And so, for example, this company right here, they may be a great company, they may be excellent at what they do. However, this ad um, is very likely that this ad is not being seen by a lot of their potential clients because of ad blockers. And the reason for ad blockers is that honestly, a lot of people who have had bad experiences with companies that have ads on Google, and so they pretty much when they get here, they're pretty much blind to all of this. They're blind to all of this, and they get down here to the organic section, right? Now, when I'm talking about citations, I'm pretty much talking about a company's name, right? A company's address and a company's phone number listed on across multiple online directories and listed accurately. Google is an online directory, right? Facebook, although it is a social media platform, is an online directory. Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, you name it, it is an online directory. I use a tool for this called White Spark. White Spark allows me to see what citations your competition has, and it also allows me to see what citations you have. And so, like I said, Google is a popularity contest, and so when we are talking about beating out the competition, we want to get our business information in as many and even more directories as our competition. And White Spark allows us to do that, right? It allows us to do it pretty easily because we can see all of the data up front and we can just compare, right? Compare and contrast. And I want to emphasize accurately. The reason I want to emphasize that word is because I've seen businesses, unfortunately, get docked points by Google for not having accurate information. So, like, for example, let's say you have a company and you guys move a location, or you change a number, or you change business hours, right? If that information is not changed in everywhere your business is listed, then Google sees that and they dock points for it, unfortunately. They want to make sure that whoever they are recommending potential clients to has accurate information, because inaccurate information almost registers to Google as an invalid, right? It makes your business just a little bit less valid. And so we want to make sure that Transition Roofing is getting all of the credit that they deserve from these very powerful search engines. And so one of the main ways to do that is make sure our citations are where they need to be, right? Now, the third and final thing I want to touch, and then I want to go back to keywords and show you a little bit of what I'm talking about briefly. Third and final thing I want to touch is something called backlinks. Now, for backlinks, I use a tool called Ahrefs, and there are different tools, like let's see, SEM Rush is another tool that you may hear thrown around in the world of SEO. um, what else? Majestic is another tool, a great tool for measuring backlinks. I use Ahrefs because I find it the one that is closest to Google Analytics as possible. And so that's why I use it. I like numbers, I like results, and I like to track my progress. I don't like to take shots in the dark when I am helping a website rank and beat out the competition. I want to make sure that every action has a result and has a return. So I like Ahrefs. Now we see when we're talking about backlinks, I want us to think of it as a website or a platform or even a blog that is sharing their authority with Transition Roofing. And so they are passing back power to Transition Roofing through very powerful links. Which means if I go and read a blog, if your link is in that blog and it's an authoritative site, been around for a while, they've done their strong SEO work, and a link to your site is there, that's a point for you guys. It's a very powerful backlink. I see you've got 221 referring domains giving you a little bit over 2,000 backlinks. And it's got resulting in a domain rating score of 21 and a URL rating score of 41, right? So one thing I want to cover is that not all backlinks are created equal. And so I can click on this and see which backlinks are a no follow, which means they're not passing the authority back to your site that they should, and which links are a do follow, which means they are actually doing what they should be doing and sharing their authority with your site. We can even go here and see how many do follow links you guys have and how many no follow links you guys have, and we can see the specific ones. Now I went here because I wanted to see how Ace Roofing Company was doing, and they are at a 36 domain rating and a 46 UR rating. Right? Let me go back here and show you. You guys are not far, but it wouldn't be hard to beat them out because you guys are not super far behind them. It wouldn't take a really long time. They're only 5 points higher in a URL rating, and about a little bit over 10 points higher in domain rating, right? And I can see here they've got 657 referring domains, giving them about 7.5 thousand backlinks, right? And I can even see their keywords. Now I clicked on their keywords a little bit earlier. Actually, I'll do it right now. If you guys will remember, I told you about right clicking on your pictures and seeing what they were saved as, and saving them as an easy keyword that can rank pretty high. So we see something like roofing repair Austin, Texas. On average, 250 people a month search that term, and it's not a high keyword difficulty. So you could even save it as that if we want to get really practical here. Concrete roof tiles for sale, or something that's very like roof leak repair Austin, right? About 70 people on average search that term per month, and it's a very low keyword difficulty. So these are just some practical things you guys can do to really optimize on those keywords and become more of a magnet for attracting those clients, right? Storm damage roof repair Austin, it's one keyword difficulty, right? I almost wish I had a roofing company so I could optimize on these, but that's very easy. That's very easy clientele right there. So yeah, Transition Roofing, thank you so much for your time. Those are the tips I want to leave with you. If you have seen or heard something that stood out to you and you would like more information, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to take these tips, begin using them today to boost your ranking in Google and beat out your competition. And I'll be reaching back out to you guys after you've watched the video just to check in and see what you thought of it. So yeah. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.